How about I give you first shot? After all, every dog has his day.
What is tipped to become HBO's next big hitter once Game of Thrones ends in a couple of years, it was vital that Westworld kicked off in an emphatic way. And did it? I'm pleased to report, oh yes it did. I've been hyped for this show ever since it was first announced, and this extra long premiere episode wasted no time in taking us deep into this complex world. So, what is Westworld? It is a technologically advanced theme park populated by synthetic androids. These are the hosts, and they cater to those who pay top dollar and want to live out some of their desires. The Western setting just pulses good vibes, and it's always had that unique appeal to it. So if you were rich and you wanted to hunt down a wanted bandit yourself, Westworld is the place for you. Now in saying that, you would think there would be some element of risk involved. Gunslinging isn't everyone's favourite pastime. But fear not, as a newcomer or a guest, someone who is paying for the privilege to visit Westworld cannot be harmed by the hosts. And it is that premise in which we begin to explore. If you were a guest, would you strive to become a local hero, save the townsfolk from a notorious bandit? Are you there just to experience it? Or would you go straight evil and indulge in your darkest desires? Some may find that unsettling, and that to an extent is the point. You see on more than one occasion that there are plenty of sadistic guests, and even though they don't know it, the androids have no way of fighting back. And as the viewer, that is what we can begin to hope for. The story follows Dolores, Evan Rachel Woods' character, as she lives in what is essentially a Groundhog Day type existence. Each day she awakes and follows a certain routine. We watch a few of these days play out with slight variations as we learn that a newcomer is the main impact for any of the changes. Dolores is clearly the central character of the show, and the first episode does an excellent job in getting us invested in her. James Marsden's Teddy is another character whom could be moulded into a fan favourite. He, like Dolores, is just another android returning to town to win back her affection, but his actions are as much admirable as they are heroic. Both characters' stories are intentionally linked together, but we see firsthand just how devastating a newcomer can be. Or at least, who we think is a newcomer. Quite honestly, I have no idea what he truly is. But the ruthless gunslinger, the man in black, played by Ed Harris, is someone who will be feared. He's clearly aware something is not quite right, and his brutal scalping of another horse to find that mysterious pattern in his head confirms as such. But what is he up to? And why haven't his actions been noticed by command? Those questions are yet to unravel. And the creator of it all, Dr. Robert Ford, played by the legend himself, Sir Anthony Hopkins. It will probably come to no surprise to anyone that Hopkins was the standout and stole every scene that he was in. He and his head programmer Bernard Lowe, played by Jeffrey Wright, were both just mesmerising to watch. Both of them capture the viewer's attention and have you listening intently to every word that they say. Lowe had recently noticed some odd behaviour being exhibited from some of the hosts, and he met with Ford regarding the best course of action. The most recent update issued was the source of the problem, as it had caused some of the hosts to begin to malfunction, resulting in command pulling a huge percentage of the android population back into base. Included in these was Dolores, and after being questioned and put back into Westworld, she casually killed a fly. Something which an android should not be able to do. She couldn't do it in the beginning, and neither could the rest of the androids. So is that some foreshadowing? It looks like it. Especially when you have another couple of lines such as, "They all rebel eventually," and "This is as good as we're gonna get." So the story is no doubt heading towards Dolores discovering her existence is an elaborate lie. But the question then is, what is she going to do about it?
I know things will work out the way they're meant to.
Westworld was without a doubt worth the wait, and for its first episode I would give a 9 out of 10. Its high budget pays off as this Western world is brought to life here and is brimming with intrigue. It's graphic, it's violent, and it's bloody. I have never seen the 1973 original film, so I had no clue what to expect. But the premiere, even though complex, immediately has you on board and invested in its story. Everyone loves the Western setting, so that plus a stellar cast in all of its corners is bound to bring in plenty of viewers. Again, Sir Anthony Hopkins is magnificent, but take nothing away from the rest of the cast. Evan Rachel Wood looks to excel as the lead character, and Ed Harris is more than capable of pulling off a menacing villain. He more than showed that in my favourite scene of the episode where he had his standoff against Teddy. He knew he couldn't be harmed and just mocked any mere effort or attempt against him. Then finally, when he was done toying with him, he just shot him in the heart. You gotta feel for poor old Teddy a bit, because I get the feeling he might end up biting the bullet on quite a few more occasions over the course of the season. But hopefully, at some point, he can exact some overdue revenge. Dolores' father also played quite an important role. He was the one to find that colour photograph of someone in a city, something which these androids have never seen before. He then began to question the reality of what he was in, and spoke a very serious threat directly towards his maker. Who knows, maybe at some point in the story, there will be an uprising as the androids begin to act for themselves. There's plenty of them down in storage, that's where Dolores' father was put at the end, so numbers wise, if it came down to it, the Westworld staff could have a serious problem on their hands. It's early days of course, but if Westworld can build on its strong start, then HBO could definitely have another heavyweight on its hands. And in a few years, who knows if the story will even go on for that long, but if it does, it may very well be HBO's new flagship show. And that just about wraps it up from me. What did you think about the Westworld premiere? And did you enjoy it? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the review. And I'll see you on the next one.
The things I will do, what they are, yet I know not, but they will be the terrors of the earth.